welcome, one of the vacation shows. So, it's almost like, oh no, that's not, oh, I blew it. I was supposed to paste. This is like, to me anyway, when you were in school and there was a substitute teacher. You just don't work as hard. I apologize for that. I'm in the middle of sending off an email to the wonderful Garrett loaded with fun material for today's program. Let me get that for you. Or it was like, what was another time? Like, oh boy, this is just a pain in the ass. Like when at the end of the year, finals, I guess. I don't remember taking any of those.
We got senioritis is what we've got.
Yeah, that's what happens.
We're done.
And you're like, you're not really going to put it. The last day of school was ridiculous.
The last week, you had done all your tests,
Right.
and then you just had to be there because maybe there was a snow day or something.
Yeah.
Sign a yearbook or something.
Yeah.
You just didn't. This was like your last week in class. You didn't have a phone, so like I couldn't do that. But it was like this. You were done. You were just done. This, by the way, if you're watching it right now, was recorded on the last day before vacation. It's before my show. So if you watch Thursday's show from last week, I'm doing this before that.
And guess what we're doing after that show?
What?
Another pre-tape.
Yeah.
Today? With who?
Lionel, myself from the future.
So you could pretty much take off. You just have to physically sit there.
Oh, my God. That's what I'm going to do. Lionel's just going to be talking.
I know.
I can't believe.
We should put Lionel in your seat.
Yeah, put Lionel there.
Yeah.
I'll sit there like this. I'll just fucking last day of school thing. I'm honestly just trying so hard to email you. I don't know what it is. Let me see. I'll do that. I'll do reply to an old email. It's usually what I do. It's just easier that way. And then I paste. There's the stories. And hopefully before this show ends, I'll get some. I'll get some of these stories to talk to you about. If not, I'll just do them on the next show or the one after that. Oh, God. I am so fucking glad I'm not doing any like Chip. Anything, no Chip today. And nothing else really after the Lionel thing except getting on a choo-choo train, going home, and doing what I did last night. Play video games and tweet until the wee little hours of the morning.
Did you do Chip's 420 show?
No.
Oh, I just saw him post a picture with like 420 signs up. He had some tie-dyed hat on, I believe.
Oh, God. Yeah, we're smoking some Chiba. That would be Chip. Fucking smoke up 420, yo. Yeah, that's, oh, boy. 420 is also, well, it was last week. Hitler's birthday, I guess. I was watching a show on Nat Geo, which, man, I really am pigeonholed into a few things on my channel guide. Like the guide, and I barely ever scan him. I know exactly what channels I check out because most of the shit on television stinks. It's terrible. So I like Nat Geo. I like HLN at night because it has forensic files on it. Things like that are awesome. So I'm watching one, and it was the show. I tweeted it like I think it was maybe 2 nights ago. I Love Hitler? Like the name of the show was, I think it was I Love Hitler. I Love Hitler, starring Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. I Love Hitler. That was just now you can just clip that and hang me for it. No, it was a show, and I'm like, wow, they're really I've seen a lot of Hitler shows over the course of the years, documentaries. World War II, and especially like the Nazis, has to be by far the most documented thing in history. And every single channel has a documentary that can fit Nazis and Hitler in it. It's like, oh, Animal Planet, the dogs of Adolf Hitler. It's like, wow, I didn't think Animal Planet right after Cute and Cuddly, where you get to see kittens jump around, the dogs of Adolf Hitler. And you're like, wow, okay. Every channel. Disney Channel. Oh, Walt Disney was a Nazi. His wonderful relationship with Hitler. But this one was, was it I Love Hitler?
Is it Heil Hitler, I'm home?
Heil Hitler.
It's a real show.
Heil Hitler. Yeah, that one. This Heil Honey, I'm Home. Yeah, this was this was like a one episode, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It was a sitcom based on Hitler.
Yeah.
Now, while people would think Hogan's Heroes was crazy, having a sitcom about a Nazi prisoner of war camp, this is a little over the top. So here he is. Look at the applause. Dude, it's crazy.
Heil, honey, I'm home.
Heil, honey, I'm home. Yeah.
Heil, honey, me.
What did I do now? Oh, tonight you were making schnitzel. What a jerk. You must be real
What a
mad at
joke.
me,
Why
honey.
is he talking like a
I'm
Jew?
a very, very bad Hitler. Come here, baby.
The
Don't
canned
touch
laughs
me.
and the
You've been late for your dinner every night this week.
Ava, babe, please. I'm the Fuhrer.
say it.
Busy man. I can't just walk off the job at 5 o'clock.
On Monday, you had to meet with Goebbels. On Tuesday, von Ribbentrop. On Wednesday, Klaus Katzenjammer. Who's Klaus Katzenjammer?
Hitler would
my
never
tailor.
take
You
this
should see
kind
the
of
tux,
shit.
honey.
Okay, well, that's available online if you want to watch it. But I don't know, I've never watched it. I've heard about that for quite a while, but I've never actually watched it. It's a little too wacky, I guess. And obviously they were going for the shock value there of, hey, look, it's a comedy with Hitler. But, yeah, I think it was I Love Hitler. And
I love comma Hitler.
I Love, comma, Hitler.
Was it like an old guy dressing up?
No, this was actually a documentary about Ava Braun.
Hitler. Los cuerpos de Hitler y Eva Braun jamás
I
fueron
don't know what this
Yeah.
Los rusos presentaron un cadáver que no era el suyo.
But I swear to you, like there is so many things about Hitler. We're just fascinated with Hitler. Every year on 420, people freak out a little bit because Hitler fans get. That is great. What was it? Otto von Hindenburg and George? Is that, he's got his little Otto and Hitler. Fuck you. Hey, Jews.
Wasn't it Otto von Bismarck?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Otto von Bismarck. I knew it was something Nazi. Otto von Bismarck and George. He's got a little Hitler puppet. That's awesome. Look, he's hiling the Hitler puppet. Fuck you. Suck my cock. Oh, hey, look at the kike in the front row. Oh, and then Otto would be like, oh, Hitler, calm down. These are nice people, Hitler. Nice people. Fuck you, cocksucker. Yeah, that's wonderful. No, but it was, I think it was I Love Hitler, and it was a documentary on Ava Braun. And she really had carte blanche over there at the Eagle's Nest and those other places, these beautiful castles that he had built and his bunkers. And she just went around with like a video camera. Is that Ava?
Living with Hitler, in love with Adolf Hitler.
In love with Adolf Hitler. I think that's it. Look at her big fucking muff. Look at that giant German muff she had in her pants. And she would go around with the camera and got some of that footage of a Hitler walking around in that sporty white coat he had. Why do they got to fuck it up with this? Why they got to fuck it up with all this shit? Yeah, I want to see Ava water skiing. Oh, my God. There, see? Oh, wow, that is a nut. There, look, like this kind of shit. She took all these videos of Hitler and the kids. You think that kid's still alive? Like, oh, yeah, he was a great guy. I make sure his hair is just so. But these are amazing. Look at that place. It's awesome. I went to some kraut joint last night, which, was last week, but it was somewhere in Nassau County, kind of near my house. It was German food, Wiener Schnitzel and stuff. And looking at the decor, you're just kind of like, they're leaving out a segment of German history up on the walls. They don't want you dining and be like, oh, yeah, that's during the late 30s, early 40s. Germany. They leave that out. I noticed that too at the German pavilion at Epcot down at Disney. They have you go to the German thing at Epcot and it's they have all Germanic history and everything. You can buy beer steins with the German flag and different things, and they just kind of leave out like it never happened. This whole thing. I don't think it's very Disney friendly. But look at him. He's in his civvies there. There's Heinrich just talking about killing the Jews. Do you think they ever talked about anything else up there? Look at that soldier. It's just like, this is great. Just taking a little time off from, eliminating all the Jews on the planet. It's quite a job. Look at Hitler. I think I see a Jew. He's got his big magnifying glass. And there they are. Look how loving. They're both standing there. What does the body language tell you right there? Hitler's like, I'm sorry, I can't get a rod when I know there's a Jew alive somewhere. I need... Ava, get off my shit. I need to kill more Jews. There it is. In love with Hitler. That's apparently what the show was.
Now, do you think he really killed himself?
Well, it was behind closed doors, and it was him and Ava, and they were in the bunker. They closed the door, and she shot herself. But there's speculation there too, as to, did Hitler shoot her?
But there were U.S. forces outside that
Russians were really closing in. And were the Russians mad? They were angry about Hitler. And he actually put a cyanide capsule in his mouth and a gun to his head. He bit it and then blew his fucking brains out. That's making sure.
Because the skull that Russia has is a female skull. They DNA tested it.
Yeah. There's all kinds of conspiracy theories as to what happened to Hitler's body. The official story was he directed his underlings there that after he was dead, him and Ava were dead, they were to be taken outside to a little ditch that was already dug outside the bunker, doused with diesel fuel, and lit on fire and burnt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because he did not want his body to be captured by the Russians and paraded around and desecrated. It was one of his biggest fears because El Duce over there in Italy, he had been just taken out and strung up by his ankles and beaten to a pulp after he was dead. And there's pictures of him, just kind of swinging in the breeze, and Hitler didn't want that, so he burnt himself. Had people burn him after he was dead. But a lot of people have speculated that didn't happen. That it was a different body in there. They've done forensic testing on the ground. It's just one of those things that I don't think you'll ever really know. Then there was speculation that the Russians did get the body, brought it back to Moscow, and it still remains in some storage there.
Oh, stop.
So many years later, but. And then the other one, which is a great story, that he actually lived and got out of Berlin somehow and went to South America. There's actually a story from last week that a Nazi submarine that transported people from Nazi Germany to South America was found. It was finally found. They've been searching for this thing, and there had been reports that a submarine did indeed take a bunch of these Nazi higher-ups and brought them over to South America, where they lived in places like Argentina and Brazil.
Because his top guys made it there and lived there.
Yeah, there were plenty of them that absolutely did go there.
Yeah.
They were very sympathetic to the cause. A lot of these countries, Brazil and of course Argentina, very sympathetic to the anti-Jewish Nazi cause. But yeah, let me see that picture. That's a little image there of the sea floor and a submarine. Isn't that fucking amazing? By the way, like for the entire span of human life, one could only wonder what was under the ocean. And if something sunk, it was like, I don't know what to tell you. It's under there somewhere. I don't know. And then, if you really appreciate how vast the ocean is, the fact that they find shit that they're looking for is astounding to me. So this was a U-boat that transported people, Nazis, over from Germany after the war. A lot of them escaped, and some pretty big ones. Mengele, Dr. Mengele, he escaped. I think Rudolf Hess, he was another one that made it over to South America. Some of them, because those, oh boy, not only were the Russians pissed, oh my God, were the Jews mad. and they do not let it go. They don't let it go. There are groups of Jewish people whose job to this day is to hunt down war criminals, Nazi war criminals.
The show Hunting Hitler is on its
What
third
is that
season.
on? What channel is that?
Hunting Hitler, it's Discovery or History. I think it's History Channel.
Honestly, the most documented motherfucker and time in history ever. Just crazy. Every single second of every day, you could put on a Hitler show. It's just on somewhere. It's crazy. So, yeah, and I love him. The history of that time is fascinating. It was right there at the beginning of when you could really well document something. There are other things you could see, like World War I was just an insanely destructive war also. But there just isn't that much documentation of it through film or other means that you could really feel like you understand what's going on. A lot of that fast motion shit. Shit like that. A lot of aerial photography from balloons and stuff. But World War II was really that first, we got some pretty good cameras here. We got sound and shit like that. So it was really the first thing. And boy, what a biggie. That was a biggie. So there's just a lot of shit about Adolf. Adolf. How old would he have been? Damn, that's because that's really going back now. Wasn't he born in like the 1800s and shit?
89.
1889.
So
that's crazy. That is really nuts. That he was born in 1889. So,
wow, he was in his 50s when he was doing all.
Yeah, he was in. There are some benchmarks, some like milestones in your life as you get a little older, as I know. And once you are older than like the president, like or I think I'm the same age as Obama. So like it was like, oh fuck, the president is my age. That's kind of
When
weird.
you watch a baseball game, don't you think all those people are your age?
Yeah, but they're so much younger.
Yeah, not one person. Even
They're so much younger. Even the old guys
are
like, oh, that's crazy. But you start like seeing documentaries again on Hitler, and it's like Hitler was 51 years old when he did. I'm like, oh, I'm older than Hitler. I'm older than Hitler. How did that happen? When did I get older than Hitler? So he was born in 1889. So 1989 would have been 100. Wow.
So he'd be 128 now or something?
Like 128 or 29 years old? He never would have made it.
No.
I don't think. I think that Parkinson's. He had the shaky arm going. I like when he's like patting little kids on the face. Oh, my good Uten, my Hitler youth. Yeah, he wasn't looking good outside that bunker for that last appearance. I think the constant bombardment of Russian artillery might get to you. that could get to you a little bit. But oh my God, I don't even know where I was going with that. But like I said, it's a vacation show. The fuck you want from me? I'm even going to take a sip of water. How about that? Oh, I was playing Battlefield 1, which I still am just fucking completely addicted to.
What level are you up to?
92.
Oh, all right. I'm like right there. I'm like 94 or something.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm 96. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, somewhere around there. It's so frustrating because like it takes so long to level up. You'll level up and it'll say like 500 hours to the next level. You're like, what? Come on. But yeah, you level up and then you're like, oh, cool. I'm almost there. And it's like, I'm still the same rank.
Yeah.
It's like lieutenant colonel. And then you're like, okay, I'm going up. What am I going to be now? Like a colonel or a captain or something, whatever. And then you're just still that. Like that's kind of anticlimactical. But I love it. Still play it. Fascinating things happening with PUBG. PUBG is a very popular game. And they've made a phone version of it. Now, I'm thinking, all right, it's going to be, they call it PUBG, but it's going to be some Candy Crush game that, has PUBG characters or something. I can't stand when they do that. Yeah, play Battlefield 1 on your phone. And you get it, and it's Snake. It's the old game Snake for your phone. And somehow they say, look, snake through the trenches of the battlefields of World War I. It's like, that's not Battlefield. But PUBG, honestly, ported the game to a phone. And you play it exactly like you do online with other people. It looks good. I guess it plays good. But I'm like, how do you see anybody? Like, I have a giant monitor. And it's almost impossible to see someone before they shoot at you. Like the second you're getting shot at, you kind of can figure out what direction. And if you look close enough and don't die, you could maybe see the guy. You can be like this. And then moving, it's just not the same as a mouse and keyboard is the shit for PUBG. No control, no fucking mouse and keyboard. And the phone, but it's become very popular. And I guess it's a little easier on an iPad, but I do prefer the PC. That, to me, is the shit. The graphics are awesome, and gameplay is so fast, no lag. It's fantastic. And then every time I talk about PUBG, what are they called? Faggots. Some faggot will suggest I play, what the fuck's the name of that other game? Fortnite. Anthony, you like PUBG? Play Fortnite. It's so much better. And I looked at it, and it's like, oh my God, it's cartoons. You're playing as like fairy cartoons. I'm not going to sit there and battle with people like that. I mean, it was fun when I was playing EverQuest, shit like that. It's a different type of game, but I don't feel like getting into a shooter type game like PUBG if it's too cartoony. Graphics are so important in my gameplay. I really, I need some immersion in there. Like playing Battlefield the other day, I was behind a rock. I'm drawn on this guy with my scope, and an artillery shell hits the building he was in. So he flies out of the building, and you see him like flailing through the air, and I took a shot at him and killed him in midair while he was blown out of the building. And I'm like, that is fucking awesome. Like that to me is one of those. It's not just you sitting there like playing. You're like, fuck, that is a great scene. The sound is great. Sometimes you'll draw a beat on a guy and then all hell breaks loose. Artillery, someone throws smoke, and you're like, now I can't see shit, and I gotta move. It's so much better than these kind of antiseptic, just run through a maze in a building and shoot at people as they do halo jumps. If I see some pussy jumping his way to a cover, I'm like, oh, look, what's... Do you think anyone did that in war?
Totally.
You think it didn't really
God,
happen?
you just
like,
panicked.
don't hit me.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it pisses me off because it works, I guess. It pisses me off because I can't hit the guy because he's jumping like a fag. Great games though. When I think back to games like Doom, the original Doom, playing that online was like, oh my God, this is it. This is what we've been waiting for. You know, you actually, I feel like I'm walking through this maze and I'm shooting and I'm from the perspective of the person, and it's awesome. And you look back at that game now. Let me see some original Doom gameplay. You look back now and think, how did I ever find that entertaining? And the subtlety of lighting now can determine your gameplay. Like if you're using a sniper scope and the sun is now glinting into the scope, yeah, this was awesome. Look, ammo, health, frag, armor. That's it. Look at this shit. But it was awesome. You couldn't fathom anything better than this. Like, that was holy fuck. And now it just looks hilarious. But man, I got to tell you, the graphics on the things like Battlefield and PUBG are fucking fantastic. I love it. Yeah, this and flight simulators. I was a huge fan of flight sims, and the first Microsoft flight simulator was hilarious. It was, you had a single line as your horizon. You could barely read the gauges, which were just this, 10 pixels made up your gauge, altitude and your artificial horizon and things like that, and speed. It was crazy, and it was like you'd get like maybe 10 frames a minute. It was and the sound was that Atari. Just it sounded like static. Here it is. Look at that. That was, by the way, Chicago. You were taking off from Chicago. I think it was Meigs Field. And it was like, oh my God, I'm going to fly around the skyline of Chicago. It's one building. There it is. What is that? The Hancock Building? The Hancock Building. Or the Sears Tower, or whatever the fuck is it. Yeah. The Sears Tower in Chicago. And you're like, oh my God, I'm flying. This is what it's like to fly. Oh my God. There's your reality mode. Can you put that on 10, please? Because this really sucks. Now there's one, I think it's called DCS. Combat simulator. Yeah, look at this now. This is your flight simulator. It's just insane. Like the thought of that being your flight simulator back in the 80s would have been, you wouldn't even know. You'd be like, oh, this is a picture from inside a cockpit, I guess. Like, no, this is a game you're going to be able to fucking play someday. Just amazing.
How are you in the planes in Battlefield? Do you ever jump in them?
Terrible. Because I don't have a joystick. I have a joystick and stuff, but they don't have it. They don't have it set up for joystick and throttle. I play a couple of other like World War II fighter games, and I use the joystick and throttle. I'm unbeatable. I fucking pulling like Immelmans and split S's and fucking, and I will not let a motherfucker go. Like, that's what amazes me. Sometimes somebody's shooting at me and I pull some moves and I'm like, oh fuck, they're stopped shooting at me. Like they went off to someone else. I will track a motherfucker down. I will focus on one person and I will not let off. Look at this. Wait, that's a real plane. Wait, you honestly can't even tell at that point. You honestly can't tell if that's a real plane or some type of simulator. It's a simulator. Isn't that fucking amazing?
5,000 chicks.
And they are so true to life as far as what you need to do. There's the ability to fly by instruments, do a complete flight plan that an actual pilot would do. Like every step of the way is what you would need to do to fly a fucking plane.
If it's that good, do you think after you could actually fly a real plane?
I don't know.
If you got good enough, that would be cool to see.
Because you would know what needed to be done and where it is.
Yeah, theoretically.
But I know there's a feel to flying a plane.
Yeah.
There's definitely a feel to it. But you wouldn't have to sit around and wonder what the instruments were and how they worked. You know how they work. You know, you'd know to put the flaps down like that on a landing. And the gear, and you know where it is and everything. I think if an engine blows up on you at 30,000 feet and depressurizes your cabin, there might be an issue. You see the broad that did that? That was last week.
Yeah.
Last week.
Southwest lady.
That Southwest flight. Look at that. There's traffic on the streets. There's air traffic. And this guy's bringing a fucking... I've never seen this view from a passenger's seat. Just amazing. Like the computing power, it was inconceivable. Pull up, terrain. Look at this. I'm fascinated by this. Oh, we need some oil and grease marks on the flaps. Like, who is in charge of that? The wings are too clean.
100.
And he just brings it in like you would a real plane. I don't know. I'm guessing this guy, whoever's doing this, could probably fly a fucking plane. I'm not very good at flying these, at landing. I'm great at flying them.
Have you ever done the other simulator games? Like it's Truck Driver?
Oh, yeah.
You played them?
I tried the truck driver simulator in the VR. I was using Oculus Rift, which I have, the Oculus Rift. I have all of them, actually. I have to have... I got Oculus Rift, and I got the PlayStation VR, and I got the Vive.
Vive the best?
No, Oculus. Oh. Oculus is really the best, and
No
they
shit.
seem to be the ones that are really kind of moving forward and really trying hard to get new content. I think there was a grave misconception that you could just take games and put them in VR, and that's great. Like, oh, now you're playing... like Battlefield might be okay because... like a multiplayer kind of a thing, because you can just start it and stop it whenever you want. But if you're a guy that likes playing games for hours, you just can't put that thing on your fucking head
You
for
get a
hours.
headache, right?
You're going to get a headache. Yeah. It's just the weight of it on your head. You're sweating. It's not meant for that. It's meant for quick experiences that you can then lay it down maybe for a little while, come back to it later. It's not made for these 12-hour gaming sessions. Just isn't. And I think they realize that, and they're starting to make games that are more like that, where you could just kind of pop it on for a little while. But I played one of these truck driver simulator games, and I put the VR on, and it is amazing because you are in the cab of a truck. You're looking around. There's the mirror, not the rear view, you know, unless you're going without a trailer, but the side view, yeah. Like the side view mirrors. Now, you see it here, but in VR, this is unbelievable. You're there. And believe me, you cannot resist crashing into people. Because that oh, I'm going to drive a truck. I'm going to drive from, let me think, L.A. to a Vegas. I'm going to drive that and in real time. Didn't someone do that? Was it Penn?
Yeah, Penn and Teller.
Right, we did a break on
The
that.
Desert Bus.
Penn and Teller had a game.
And they're making a virtual reality new one.
Version. And the fucked up thing is the steering pulled a little bit to one side.
So you couldn't let it go.
So you couldn't just let go of it and let it fucking go. What an annoying game.
And then if you did make it all the way there, you got 1 point.
One
it said,
point.
Would you like to drive back? And it was just a
It's brilliantly obnoxious. This one, it was so cool. You're in there. Like I said, you feel like you're in there. There's the big wheel in front of you. Now, you would use a controller or a keyboard and mouse, but there are setups where you could have a steering wheel and the pedals and feel more like you're driving. So this in VR is unfucking believable. So I'm doing this. I get on, and within a minute, 2 minutes, I was ready to vomit.
Oh.
I was so ready to puke. The aircraft things that I've done in VR, the walkthroughs of haunted houses or even first-person shooter type things like that, I was okay with. The flight ones, you do get a little nauseous. But I had to get used to it, take off the goggles, lay down on the couch with like a wet rag on my head and sip ice water. And I'm like, this is a game? Just call it nausea. It's not virtual reality. The nausea part is reality. I'm not faking that I'm going to puke here. So this game, I could never shake the feeling. So I only played it like a couple of times. It makes you so nauseous. I think it's because the movement is so detailed and it's tiny movements. Like you're in a plane, because of your distance from the ground, you're not getting these quick movements. It's very smooth, very smooth. This, it's every little thing. And as you move your head around to look at the mirrors or things, you just are ready to vomit. I got overtaken with this whoosh. Oof. Like I felt like I was on a small boat in very, very choppy waters. But it looks amazing. But things like that, like these are the kind of experiences, you don't have to finish this in one shot. You could do it 20 minutes if you could last 20 minutes. Things like that.
But there's even a railroad simulator. And you just, what do you hit forward on the gas?
I can't imagine. I guess you're looking out for dangers.
I guess.
What's the fun part? Like, a crossing. Ding, 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 ding. You know, that shit. Maybe that's the fun part.
Or maybe get hit a cow or a car or something. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe they throw some shit at you where all of a sudden, a switch doesn't work. Oh,
yeah.
Hey, I gotta, let me, I'll contact the rail base, and here it is. Look at it. Like, you're only looking side to side. You got the throttle. There's the throttle, I guess. What's the other one? Forward and reverse.
Yeah,
and the brake.
Stop.
And the brake. That's all you have.
And that beautiful scenic view.
Right, the train tracks. Maybe this one is not quite as exciting as driving a truck and puking after a minute. Again, though, I do appreciate the technology. I mean, this would be, if this was 1989, you would lose your mind over this game.
Oh, my God,
You would lose your fucking mind. This would be in Computer Gaming Magazine and everything else voted the #1 game ever, forever, and ever. Because, look, but now it's kind of like, that's pretty goofy. You're just going straight. Oh, look out, a tunnel. Let me see. Yeah, wow, that was awesome. Hey, look at the house. See, they should put every single thing together. And like the houses that you see on the side of the tracks should be Sims houses.
Sim houses, yeah.
And there should be a flight simulator above, so the planes you see are actual people. There should be an amusement park that's a roller coaster tycoon. Like, just put every fucking thing together.
You can get out of the train, go to the plane, hop on a roller coaster.
Right. You're actually,
go take a shit
you never
in
have
someone's
to leave your
toilet. Yeah, that'd be fucking amazing.
You never. A Virgin train. I don't know. It looks dull. It looks a little dull. I do like some of the tycoon games, like Rail Tycoon. I was playing that for a little while, and you start in like the 1800s, and you have to build a railroad. So the first thing you would do, you're not like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build New York to California. You don't do that. You start off as a little regional railroad. Just kind of you build the tracks between like somewhere in Tennessee and some other town in like Arkansas, and then you run it and you make money. Yeah, like this was the one I was playing. And it seems silly, but these type of potato chip games.
Yeah, these are fun.
You fucking get addicted and you just want to level up and make money and be able to unlock new technologies and shit. They nailed it with this gaming, this kind of format for a game. Because all you want to do, I have played games like this, Age of Empires, Rail Tycoon, Sim City, things like that, for hours and hours and hours on end, and only stopped because I was literally falling asleep or had to leave.
There's no stop. There's no, I hit this level, or it's just a constant.
Because once you hit one level and unlock some new technologies, there's, but the next one, I get this. And I could update this and make an arena, and now tourism increases. And so I love these games too. I don't necessarily need, action-packed running and shooting. But then again, I don't want the boredom of a railroad. But this was a fun game. There was another one, Skyscrapers, I think it was called. It was like Sim City, but it was a lot better.
Yeah, oh, God.
And those games I love them. I will play them again for hours on end. Infuriating.
City Skyline.
City Skyline. That was it. Because, and again, I love it. Unlock new shit. You're building bigger buildings. People are coming in. The graphics are amazing. The fact that you can zoom right into an individual person or car is fantastic. You're ripping down older buildings. You're getting new technologies, building great stuff. Here's the part where you want to fucking throw something through the monitor. Traffic. I swear to you, if this has any bearing on reality, the most frustrating part of building a city, laying out a city, would be the roads. I can never get past a certain level of population where people are killing each other because of road rage. I don't know how you do it. They're like, you know what the most efficient intersection is actually a traffic circle. What is this? England?
Yeah, the roundabout.
Go around the roundabout. The rotary. Apparently that's the most efficient way to get through an intersection because traffic's constantly moving. You're not stopping one side for another.
And it's by a lot, too.
By like a lot. I know there's been like studies done. It's amazing. But trying to do it like an interchange and trying to put together a highway, like a freeway, and then a main road, and then side roads out of that, one-way streets, and I always go for a quick fix that never works. Like, this neighborhood, is, like a residential neighborhood, all of a sudden is a thoroughfare for a highway. Like, I didn't realize people will get off the highway and drive through a neighborhood. So I'm like, all I need to do is make this a one-way street so they can't go in. And then it just backs up to the highway. Infuriating. But again, hours and hours trying to solve a traffic problem. And then power and things like that. I remember the first time playing this, I'm like, I laid out the sewage, the wastewater into a river, and the water treatment plant intake downstream from it. So I was giving the people shit water. They were drinking shit water, and they were very angry.
And the game knew that?
The game knows. And you just see, like, this brown water going through the pipes of the city when you go to the pipes view, and a bunch of, like, exclamation points, red exclamation points for the houses. The water is polluted. Your water is so polluted. But
God, there's too many choices in this. Like, every little bush you could pick.
Dude, but you want that. I need a million choices.
Yeah.
There's you can make some of the land for hunting, and it gets populated by deer, and then the people can hunt on it, and farms for cattle, and then you could hook up to other people's communities online and ship them some of the goods that your city is making, and you get money in your bank for that. It's so nerve-wracking when you have to take out loans. It's like, oh, my city is now losing money. I have to take a loan out, and you got to pay interest on the loan. It's like, this is a little too real. But yeah, bridges over railroad tracks and rivers and shit. It's fascinating. I love games like this. I don't know what it is, but well, I know what it is. It's addictive. It's just one of those things. I knew I would never outgrow video games. Like, I know people my age that probably have never played a game, or they remember going to an arcade and playing Pac-Man or Space Invaders or something. And I'm like, no, I was fascinated by that, but I was never even a big gamer as far as arcades go. If I ever went to an arcade, it was more about like pinball. I know I'm really dating myself here, but it was more about playing pinball. Arcade games, I was never really a fan of. When home computing started, that's when I loved it, because everything was a lot more detailed. I played Star Raiders. Was the first game I got on the Atari 800 that I had. And I was fucking fascinated. Again, the graphics stunk, the sound was terrible, and there wasn't much to it. But to me, it was like, you had that Atari joystick, that little joystick with the big red button. That's all you had. The big red fire button. And they had, you fought enemy ships, you hyperspaced into other solar systems and galaxies, and you'd have to fight these things and avoid meteors, and then dock with a mothership, and a drone would come out, or a droid would come out and repair your ship, and then you'd go on another mission. Not much, but so fucking cool that you were actually controlling something in your house that wasn't Pong. You know? Again, look at that. A front view and an aft view. And it was fascinating. I remember playing a game. It was a submarine game. I talked about this a while back, too, on this very program. But it was a submarine game. It wasn't Subsearch or what the fuck was it called? And it was a board, but there was a little computerized LED readout, like a watch, like an LED watch of the day. And I was fascinated by it. It had latitude, longitude.
It was a board game or video game?
It was a board game. It was like it was plastic layout of an ocean with a grid on it, latitude and longitude. And there was this little computer at the top with some buttons, and you had to find a submarine. Huh. You were playing the part of a ship, and you had to find the submarine by navigating around this ocean with this little LED computer. And I was fascinated with it. I wanted it so bad. It was a birthday present, and I just ragged my mom for fucking months to get me this for my birthday. She did get it for my birthday, and about a week beforehand, I went into her room after she had left for work and snooped around, and I found it. And I remember just looking at the box going like, I got to play this. I got to play it. So I went into the bathroom and got a razor, and I cut the plastic open and took it out, and I played the game about a week before my birthday. I played the game, and then I put it back in the box and put the plastic and took some tape and put it over where I had cut open the plastic that had covered it. It didn't work.
And it ruined the game probably. Like, you probably didn't want to play it that much anymore, right? Because you couldn't be excited about it.
I felt really guilty.
Yeah.
And it did. It ruined the whole thing of, like, getting the game. And yeah, because then the first time I played it was, I was, like, making sure I was freaking out that she would come home. and it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
It was nerve-wracking. What an asshole. Little Anthony was an asshole.
This computer is the brain behind an extraordinary game from Parker Brothers.
That's it.
Codename Sector. You use the computer to track down an unseen sub.
Oh, it does look
The
really
sub
cool.
uses the computer to escape
There was
and
little
counterattack.
Anthony fucking
Your mission, be the first
playing
ship
it
to
all
sink the
nervous that
enemy
mommy
sub.
was going to come home and catch him. Most kids are nervous that they're going to get caught jerking off.
Step 3, fire. All right.
Codename Sector. The board game where you match wits with a computer.
It was great. It had direction, speed, heading, and depth. And you had to find where these subs were. There were up to 4 submarines just by moving your ship around and checking with like sonar where they would be. It was just fucking. It was pretty awesome. Me and my uncle Tony. I used to bring it over when we would visit Grandma for the weekends. I would bring it over, and he was an old Navy guy, so he fucking loved it, found it fascinating. After 30,
Good news.
come on, it's available on like as a game. So this is a virtual
Yeah.
panel. Dude, I'm so fucking downloading this.
Codename Sector 2.
I wonder if I'm gonna like get a flashback of how anxious I was that I was gonna get caught playing it before my birthday. Don't catch me. I so am fucking playing that. I never even thought of that, like that there would be a. Is it like has that turned into like a cult game or something? Like something, because it was very nerdy. It was a nerd fucking game.
That video had less than 1,000 views. And then the link
I guess not.
goes to nowhere. It expired.
Motherfucker. Well, what are you going to do? I guess it's back
It'll
to,
bring you on Steam, probably.
back to Battlefield. Back to Battlefield 1 for me. Yeah, I taped the box shut. And then on my birthday, it was all wrapped up. Because now Mom had to wrap it, obviously. And, like, I didn't think she was going to see tape on the fucking, like that, the plastic was taped shut. I was just so consequences, schmonsequences, as long as I can play. So on my birthday, I unwrapped it, and I'm like, oh, cool. Now I kind of knew I was getting it anyway, but I had to be like, oh, cool. And who am I? Who am I, Brando? What am I gonna act? Oh, mother, thank you. I couldn't. What a dick. What a dick. So I unwrapped it, and I'm like, oh, thanks. And I immediately ripped it open where the tape was. And she goes, I know you played this already. I was like, oh. And then, of course, I was like, no, the lie. Because now I got to fuck it up even more by not just being a piece of shit that unwrapped it, but now your son's a piece of shit that unwrapped it, liar. I don't know. Yeah. But I played it, and I at that point I was able to play it, and I liked it. But after a while, yeah, it's just one of those things. Yeah.
You played it by yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, you can play it by yourself. That's what I believe me. A lot of games I had when I was a kid were play by yourself. Just play by yourself. What do you want, Anth? What do you want? A chemistry set? Microscope? Get me a microscope and a chemistry set. I'm going to sit in my room and mix chemicals together. I was such a geek. One year for, I think it was my birthday also, I got something called a rock computer. See if you can find this fucking thing. See if you can find this fucking, I'm definitely not even attempting to get laid. It was a plastic thing. It had cards, like punch cards in it. And it had holes and slots on the cards in different spots. And you would take these pegs and put them in based on the tests you made on these rocks. You would make a test and go, all right, hardness, 1 through 10. And you'd be like, all right, this has a hardness of 1 9. So I'll put the peg here. And then color, and you put it here. And then when you're done, you pull a drawer out underneath the cards, and a card will drop down based on where you put the pegs. As long as there wasn't a hole where the card would be hung up, a card would drop. And you'd be like, oh, it's quartz. And you'd read about quartz. Yeah. Yeah. That was Little Anthony. That was your buddy Lil Anthony.
I'm not even seeing it anywhere.
It was a rock computer, rock analyzing computer, circa 1977, 76, 75 maybe even. I don't even know. But what a nerd fest that was. You could check specific gravity. I don't even know what that was. There was a gauge and a basket hanging from it, a little basket, and you would put the rock in the basket and then take a cup of water and lift it up onto the rock in the basket, and the gauge would move based on the specific gravity of a rock. And I was fascinated. Ooh, a rock computer! That all changed in California when I, A, got laid, B, started smoking pot. You could take your fucking rock computer and your submarine games, your microscope, your chemistry set, and shove them. I was on a new road. Vagina and weed. That was my new mission. My cock computer tells me, what is your pussy's specific gravity? Yup. My cock computer tells me that's a pussy, all right. I don't know. You couldn't find it, huh? Yeah, that was one that wasn't really. And then I had one more thing before we wrap this up, because we have to actually do a program here today. There was another one where, and this tells you how into flight sims I was, way before, again, the middle of the 70s or something. There was a thing, it looked like a cockpit of a plane, and it had a yoke, the wheel, and a little lever, and the wheel was connected to like the thing the wheel was on, and then it had like a stick on it, so when you moved the wheel, it would do this. A string then attached from this to wherever the fuck you wanted to put it, like a tree if you were outside, or a table or a cabinet or something inside, and you would have about 20 feet of string, and it would be on a downward toward you angle. Now you take a plane that had two hooks on it like this and put it over the string. and now when you pulled back and the string got tight, the plane would release, and you'd have a runway in front of you that you rolled out on the carpet, and you'd have to like bring the plane in. Fun for 37 seconds. Fun for 37 seconds. And I don't mean even one flight. One flight was fun for 3 seconds.
You fly it, a brand new skill toy from Shopper. Compete with your friends for perfect landings, because you control the speed of the Piper Twin. You control the glide, and you control the landing.
Because they always make the commercials look so good.
Dude, they were awesome.
The plane glides along the line that you control from a cockpit.
That looks awesome, though, dude.
You fly the plane for a perfect
Look at
landing.
him. It's so...
And with practice, you can pilot the plane around and over obstacles.
What?
You cleared it! But oh, you goofed the landing.
Oh. How do you goof the landing? You hold it straight.
You Fly It is Shopper's new action skill flying toy that you can fly outdoors or indoors. Fly the scale model plane on a 40-foot glide line and try to land it on a 6-foot
By the way,
runway.
little trivia, that kid, Sully Sullenberger.
With cockpit, scale
That was
model
Sully.
plane, 6-foot runway, and 40-foot guideline.
40-foot guideline.
From Shopper, the
Let me tell you,
company.
it's so funny because that stick, the only thing that determines how far you can go side to side was the stick and how far, like, when you turn it. So it literally would move maybe 6 inches each way at most. Oh, you stuck the landing. Yeah, because you just held the stick straight wherever the runway was. Maybe it would have been a little better if you put the runway off to the side and you had to kind of like bring it in a little to the side. But like I said, 37 seconds after opening it and playing it, I was done. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad you could hang out with me today during our vacation and wax fantastic about games old and new. We will be back on Monday, the 30th, I believe.
Yes.
Monday, May 3rd, Monday, April 30th. So be sure to be there. I hope you're having a good time. I sure am. And we will see you back here then. Until then.